Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Sunshine Ignited from YYC with Joe and Nicole. Sunshine Ignited, this show is so incredible, Nicole. I absolutely love doing it with you. I love our name. Every time I say it, it brings me like this happiness. We are here every Thursday at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard. 12 o'clock Pacific
12
Standard.
o'clock, 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on Stables Media.
So we're into October, which is incredible how the time has flown. So our October, Nicole, this is going to be a fun month. I can't wait. So in October we have what is our theme?
Our theme for October. So of course we always go over what our themes are going to be. We talk lots in advance of what they're going to be. So with everything in October, we've hit fall. The leaves are changing, at least here in Canada, they're changing. The leaves are turning. It's beautiful. The weather is getting cooler, but the sun is still shining.
Yes.
Everything is changing, except for it's so beautiful. So I thought, what better time than to really take that appreciation and thankfulness in the world and have our October title, which is Living Our Dreams with Heart.
And I absolutely love this. We've been discussing this for a while, and I'm so happy we came up with this. And I think October is going to be a fantastic month. We're starting it off with a bang. I can say that right away. We have Troy Mitchell on today.
Oh, amazing. We are so excited. He really falls into what we love about life, why we started this show, what our whole purpose and our morals and values and everything that we want to give back to our listeners.
Definitely. And so he's going to really wrap up our August and September for us. Talking about, hang on just 1 second. We're having a couple technical difficulties
here
on the radio side.
Apologies.
Our wonderful producer has not muted himself, so we're going to call him out on that right now. Mark Mancini, our bearded producer, please mute yourself on the radio side of things so that we do not have to listen to your conversation going on in the background.
Yes. So yeah, he really is quite an amazing person. So very excited. I've already decided no hypnotizing for me.
No.
I'll pass you.
Yeah, I would say the same. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth if I'm hypnotized. I can kind of filter myself when I'm not. So it's probably a good thing.
Exactly. So if you are watching, hopefully you're watching, we now have a YouTube, we have Facebook Live, I think is what we are. And then we also have our Stables Media. So you can reach us at 347-205-9631 or online at blogtalkradio.com/Mancini Sports. Definitely look for us on Facebook and Instagram. You can reach us by email, sunshineignited@gmail.com, or send us comments or questions on either of those, Facebook or Instagram. We love hearing from our listeners. Appreciate everybody who takes the time every Thursday to spend with us, especially today. To me is sort of a special day because it happens to be the 1st of October, which, what a great way, and I posted it this morning, what a great way to start October. The Sunshine Ignited from YYC.
I couldn't agree more. You know, October is all about changes this month. You know, we're in the rhythm of school.
Hopefully anyways.
Hopefully. I question my kids sometimes. They're getting in it. So, but you know, the leaves are falling. Things are changing colors. We have our Canadian Thanksgiving coming up. I know it's not in America, but this is a great month. And I actually love October as long as there is none of that S word on the ground.
Oh, yes. We don't talk about the S word. They call it the 4-letter swear word, but it is not the one everybody thinks of. So in Canada, yes, it starts with SN, and then we won't finish the rest of it. So I want to give a huge shout out to all of our peoples. We have a great team who works with us to make sure that the show goes off without a hitch most days anyways. So Mark Mancini, thank you. Our amazing producer, Tony Russo, for our Facebook Live and Zoom shows. Vinny G, the one and only, our greatest supporter. We love you. Our brother from another mother. So we love him, and all of our family and friends as well. And to all of you, our listeners who listen every single week, we love and appreciate you.
And I want to say a huge shout out. So as we're doing this show, we've had Tony and Andrew both comment. So thank you guys for tuning in and your comments today. It's Greatly appreciated.
And then I have one more shout out.
Okay.
Today is October 1st. It's somebody's birthday. Somebody who happens to be in both of our lives. And he happened to help mastermind my surprise birthday party. So Sheldon, we love you. Happy birthday.
Is it Sheldon's birthday?
So my world tells me it's his birthday. So I hope so.
Happy birthday, Sheldon.
Happy birthday, Sheldon.
I did not know. I feel like a terrible friend now. I was like, it was Chad's birthday yesterday. So happy belated birthday,
and happy
Chad.
Anniversary to Tiffany and
Yes.
Chad. So excited. So
it's definitely a good month.
So we have our October. We have so much to talk about. So let's talk about our Ignite the Month challenge.
Okay.
We love these challenges.
We do. They're so much fun. So in October, we're talking about living our dreams with the heart.
With heart.
So it's about grace, love, kindness,
gratitude,
yes.
appreciation, thankfulness, love, all of those things that we really hold true to our show, right? So being positive and giving the best we can. So I guess, October is a big month. We have 5 shows in October, which is, we usually only have 4, so we get to have 5
and a bonus one.
Yes. Oh boy, we have so much to do. We have so much to do in October.
We do.
So we are going to post every week like we do. We're going to post our question.
Yes.
Of how living our dreams with heart. So, and I think this is important because everybody has dreams. We all have dreams. We have great imagination and our paths lead us in different ways. But I think it is very valuable to think about living it with heart.
Yes.
Because you can't just do whatever you want, all willy-nilly, hoping for the best and take everybody out in the process.
Well, you could, but that would not be very...
Not very kind.
Not
a very good way to finish your life and go, you know what, I stepped on everybody on the way.
Exactly.
So I really think, this is going to be a great conversation. As we get into fall, the days become shorter. October is mental health. A huge focus is mental health. And this is sort of something that I love to do because I love to know what is going on in the world, the awareness days. It gives us the opportunity to hopefully educate our listeners about, whatever's going on across the world or in the country or in our world.
And knowing about it beforehand, not just on the day when all of a sudden we see all these posts everywhere. I think it's so important.
Absolutely. So important that we take, again, like Suicide Awareness Week, Suicide Prevention Day, not just to take that day, 1 out of 365 comes once a year. So, the mental health is really big in October. So, we do have National Mental Illness Awareness Week coming up. So that's October 6th to 12th. That, again, like mental health, especially with everything going on in the world with COVID, all of our social distancing. I really want to start calling it physical distancing, honestly, because the social thing is really, I talked to a friend about this and she said, I felt this anxiety when they said social distancing.
Okay.
Because now you can't, right? That means no social. But I feel like if it's physical distancing, we can still socialize, but we must follow proper protocol and physical distancing. So I'm changing my wording because wording is important in life. Everybody in the health world can take it or leave it. I don't care. Physical distancing. And I like physical distancing.
I like that too. No, it makes a lot of sense because we can still visit. And
absolutely. Or we can cohort our besties, our friends, or our families, whoever our cohort is. That's also important. So we're going to be following up as we get closer to World Mental Health Day, which is October 10th. Okay. So I encourage everybody, do some research, find these facts. They're daunting and enlightening. We just had World Heart Day. So this one, I think, has affected everybody in life. There's not one person that this has not affected. So this is your cardiovascular diseases. So just some facts. These are not fun facts. These are actually fearful facts, I think, according to me. So 17.8 million deaths every year from cardiovascular disease. So that's a group of disorders of the heart and blood vessels. They're referred to as heart disease and stroke. And I dealt with this firsthand from a close friend who had a stroke, so very scary. 31% of all global deaths, greater than 75% of CVD, so cardiovascular disease deaths, take place in low and middle income countries. So these are things that they really have no control over, no healthcare, so you know what, we really, really need to make this an awareness for what the factors are. So high blood pressure, high cholesterol, overweight and obesity, air pollution, physical inactivity. So get up, get moving, people. Unhealthy diet, everything in moderation. Diabetes, tobacco, kidney disease, and harmful use of alcohol. So for all of those out there, you know what? It was World Heart Day, Tuesday, September 29th of every year. And you know what? Learn your facts. Information is power.
I couldn't agree more. And I feel like everything really snowballs into our mental health.
Mm-hmm.
So when we aren't good mental health wise, I know a lot of people do turn to alcohol. A lot of people do turn to food. We have those outlets that we will turn to. So it's hard in that situation.
Absolutely. So take care of yourselves, take care of those around you, be good physical, mental, inspirational for those who need your help. And for those who are going through mental health or physical health, reach out to your peoples.
Exactly.
Go to your inner circle, go to your tribe, and really call out on them to help you through these times, because that's what they're there for.
And you know what? Sometimes it's really hard to ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure, like our good friend Tony says, check on your friends.
Check on your friends.
That simple act of saying, hey, are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
You might just get a yes, but them knowing that you care means a lot.
I am excited. So talking about mental health and inspirations and those who guests today. Do you want to introduce our amazing guest today, Joe?
So today we have Troy Mitchell on here. Troy, I'm just adding you to the stream. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. I can see you. You guys look great.
Perfect. Welcome to the show. How are
Can
you
you
today?
hear and see me? Oh,
Yes.
I'm so good. I'm good pretty much every day. Yeah. My downs are not downs like most people's downs. My downs are wonderful. But we can talk about that in a moment or two. So yeah, no, it's a great day though. Beautiful day.
Love it.
Wonderful.
And how's your session
we
so
want to
far?
thank you so much for joining us today. It's an absolute honor. So
Oh,
could
wow.
you do me a
Thank you.
favor?
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Could you tell me your title?
My title. I pretty much sum that up to a personal and professional development consultant. That's the best way I can sum it up, because I have so many tools and so much experience in my background helping professionals from all walks of life, from athletes to business professionals to anybody and everybody that just wants to move forward in their life. So it's really hard to give titles. I'm a certified hypnotist. So that's one thing. I'm a certified corporate trainer. So that's another thing that I have as far as titles. But in that, I've had numerous, coaching and professional speaking. And of course, with hypnosis, there's a wide array of things that I've done with hypnosis. So pretty much everything you can do with hypnosis, I've done. So yeah.
That part kind of scares me. I'm not going to lie.
We had that conversation already.
Yeah, and then to be expected. I mean, it's even something that I don't expect people to believe in right away. In fact, I expect people to really question everything. I mean, that's how I got started. I mean, when I first learned hypnosis, I was 17, and I was a typical 17-year-old male in a classroom where they said, we're going to teach you, it was a psychology class, and they said, we're going to teach you how to do hypnosis. And my first instinct was to sit back, cross my arms and go, whoa, hey, what do you do? Make me act like a chicken? Or, I don't believe in this. And so I expect everybody to take the same approach. And, but, through a process of having a hypnotherapist, first of all, do an induction process for the entire classroom, where one of my good friends sitting beside me fell asleep and during the induction process, and I'm doing the things that I'm telling everybody else not to do, like open my eyes and look around and, not pay attention. And so I'm trying to see if it's working on other people, because I'm not really trusting the process. But one of my good friends fell asleep beside me. He passed out. And when the hypnotherapist was like, on the count of 3, your right shoe is going to be on fire. And my buddy, sits up on the count of 3 and kicks off his shoe across the classroom. And I'm just sitting there going, dude, what are you doing? And he's like, my shoe's on fire. And I'm like, but it's really not, and I just became fascinated. So I went from sitting at the back of the classroom with my arms crossed to sitting at the front of the classroom going, if that was real yesterday, I want to know everything. I'm wide open now. I believe now, teach me. And so that's kind of where my life started with the personal development world. So.
Wow. That's really interesting.
And I think that's where the fear or standoffish comes from, is what if it is real and what could happen?
Yes.
Your shoe starts on fire.
Yeah, well, I mean, your mind is a very powerful tool, but it is a tool. And it's a tool that is 100% yours if you learn to take ownership over it. And that is the ongoing struggle with most people in our culture and society is they've relinquished control of their own mind to whatever factors or salient distractions or whatever that's going on in their lives. And then it's that reactive process that takes form. So, which can be good or bad. I mean, you can have unconscious learning that is very positive and a good thing, but you can also have unconscious programming that is very unhealthy, and you'll create bad results. So, but once you learn how to use your mind as a wonderful tool that it is, yeah, you can create, I mean, anything. It's your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your actions that you can take 100% control over. You just need to learn how to do that, right?
Wow. And you help people with that. Is that correct?
That's what I do. I help people take back control of their lives. It doesn't really matter what direction you're going in. If it's a bad direction, I can help people recalculate and course correct themselves. Because it really is, I give people the tool. So a lot of people go, well, you're a hypnotist, you must hypnotize, people all the time. And I don't hypnotize a lot of people. I did in my younger years. I mean, I've been doing hypnosis for over 30 years now. So in my younger years, I did a lot of hypnosis because I was fascinated with it. And for some reason, people trusted me. I think it's just because of the heart energy that I have, which we can talk about too. That's a whole, I mean, our electrical magnetic field that we create based, on our emotions and stuff like that, we feed off of each other. And that's why, you meet somebody, right away if you like them or you don't. It's because of that energy they give off, first of all. So people trusted me, and they allowed me to play with their minds, which I can't believe that they let me, but they did. But that's what helped me grow and learn.
Now, I think people have a weird thought of hypnotism, like at the comedy clubs where someone comes up and they get hypnotized into believing they're a chicken when they hear a bell. So can you explain further in what areas you would use it?
Well, you can use it in all areas, including entertainment. I mean, often those shows a lot of people worry because it could be manipulating people in a way that's unhealthy, which, I mean, is true to a point. You still have to be very careful and make sure that the person that you're allowing to hypnotize you is somebody that is trustworthy and is a good person. But even in entertainment, I've done tons of shows, but I treat people with very much respect. Plus, I also deliver processes within that help people actually overcome past traumas and open up to their possibilities and potential. So I always make it a very positive experience. And even people to this day will contact me and say, you know what, oh my God, I can't believe I was in that show of yours 15 years ago. And what you left me with is still making such a wonderful impact on my life today. So, and of course, laughter is the best medicine. So if things are funny, you'll laugh. And now in a show, I mean, it's always prefaced as well that this is going to be a show. So people get up there knowing that it's going to be for entertainment. So there's no real funny business going on, right? I mean, it's people are just opening themselves up and allowing for this journey, which can be a very positive experience, even in an entertainment perspective. But there's so much more that you can do, because I mean, it literally, ultimately, your mind is it's a data collection tool that there's also emotions that are tied in there, right? Emotions are really just sweet and or unsweet thoughts, which can help generate actions, right? So, I mean, all actions preceded by thoughts, and thoughts are emotionally driven quite often. So when you're in a depressed state, sometimes you'll tap into depressed memories very easily. And if you're thinking about the future, you'll paint a picture of a depressing future, but you can also, by choice, change that and build on some positive emotions, which will then allow you to tap into positive memories. And if you're thinking about the future, you're painting a very healthy picture of the future. So when used properly, it can create some really wonderful, actionable steps that you can change your life with. So.
Yeah. Now, does someone have to have their mind completely open and willing to be hypnotized, or could you just hypnotize anyone?
Yeah, we can probably talk about this for a long time. I'll try to sum this up as quick as I can and easily as I can. Pretty much all experience is trance. So you have induced trance states all the time. And that's why, and the more relaxed you are, the more open your mind is. And that's why companies spend so much money on advertising, because they know that when you're sitting in front of a TV, you're actually drifting into what's known as an alpha state, which your mind is very much open to be programmed. And that's why I have to be very careful. A lot of people think like, oh, I'm just watching this show and turning my mind off for a while. It doesn't mean anything. It means everything. You have to be so aware of what you're letting into your mind, because your mind, again, is just a data collection tool. It is not you. It is something that you've accumulated. Anything in life that you've accumulated cannot be you. And that is one thing that people really, in our culture, they just don't fully understand. They don't know the difference, the split between who I truly am, my true self, and this program part of my mind that guides me and leads me so much if I let it. So you really need to learn how to program your own mind. And that's why I teach people these tools more than I hypnotize people, because how much more empowering is it for you to direct yourself in your life, to listen to your own inner voice of wisdom rather than listening to my voice, right? So I'd rather transition, help people use the tool so they can empower themselves, because that's really what true power is, right? And there's lots of people out there that want to guide you and teach you and coach you and hypnotize you and all these different things, but to whose benefit is that really for, right? How empowering is that really? You know, and there's lots of motivational speakers out there. I don't want to say anything bad about any of them, but unless they're going through a process to help you really establish your inner power, they're not really helping you. They're using ways to manipulate you for their financial benefit, right? And there's lots of techniques that they're using. They're emotionally hijacking people. They're, you know, psychologically hijacking people. Right? So unless it's turned so that you're really looking at your life and using these tools to empower yourself, like that's when magic happens, right? You're listening to your own inner voice of wisdom. That's when power happens.
I love that. So there's something that you said about, you know, your brain and really working with it. I talk about all the time neural pathways and training your brain or retraining your brain from, say, most commonly negative thoughts to positive thoughts. What are your thoughts on that?
We could talk for hours. Sorry, gotta clear my throat now. Speak it all up. I mean, wow. So negative thoughts. I mean, they're really, we need to learn how to actually take the negative and the positive out of the picture, right? One of our issues in the 3D world is this constant duality that we struggle with, that we see things as bad or good. Everything is a lesson. Everything is knowledge. Everything can be transferred from the unconscious learning to the conscious learning. And that is really just, but we need both. We need both the unconscious and the conscious to be able to move forward. So many people try to transcend the unconscious. They don't want the unconscious. They're afraid of it. But it's like having both your legs moving forward. You need to be able to learn how to absorb information and knowledge, and that a lot of that is unconscious. But once you start to gain awareness around what it is that you've learned, then it turns into consciousness, because now you can do something with that knowledge. Now you can make a choice and a change. So negative thoughts versus positive thoughts, sometimes it is just what it is, and we need to be able to transcend the issue to be able to see it for what it is, and not as a positive or a negative. It just is what it is. And when you can do that with any issue, whatever issue you have in your life, if you can just get to a place where you gather the knowledge and wisdom of what it is you needed to learn from it, then you can transcend it. But then you'll find another problem, which will split into two halves, right? You'll see a positive and a negative, and then you get to figure it out, and eventually you'll see it for what it is, and then you'll transcend that. And you know, this is a part of our evolution. So we actually need both to evolve. It is why we're here. We need to have both.
Wow, that's amazing.
I've never looked at it that way at all. So,
well, you know, we do talk all the time. Joe and I talk about, you know, judgment and opinion, and everybody has social standards and expectations. But at what point did it become good or bad, right or wrong, positive versus negative? So I love that you sort of talk about growing and learning and the awareness process.
So do I. So can you tell us about your journey to get here? Because we've been talking about like our journey to our authentic self and journey to our souls, igniting our souls. And I really thought when I looked over everything that you do, that you really encompass everything we've been talking about for the last couple of months. So how have you found yourself in this place where you do seem like you're really on the path of being your true self?
Well, I love that you added that I'm on the path, because I am still learning. I am still on the path. I am not an ascended master, but there are some that exist amongst us, right? So, so I'm still growing. I'm still learning. I'm a lot in my head. So my crown chakra is a little bit too open, which will then take away from my ability to feel more of my true authentic self. So this is a process I'm actually deepening my awareness of the feeling, because that is when you start to, because your heart is actually like a brain, right? It's made of neurons, as well as your lower sacral energy center as well. So once you start really opening up to understanding those different chakra areas or energy areas, then you'll start being able to open up your perceptions to expand into a larger idea of consciousness and life. So I'm actually on that path. But to get to here, it's just been through a drive. Like when I was young, like probably a lot of kids are told by their parents, you know, find, what do you want to do when you grow up, right? Like, you know, find something that you want to do when you grow up. And I remember my father having a conversation with me. He's like, going, you need to pick one thing and be good at it. Just pick one thing and be good at it. And I know in his mind, he was thinking like plumber, electrician, you know, doctor or something.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But instantly my mind, just because, I mean, I had some near-death experiences when I was a child, which opened me up to different levels of perception right away. And then that's why I took a psychology course at 17, was just to figure out how to better my life. Because I had emotions I didn't know how to deal with. Like I would get really mad at my sister because she would push my buttons, and I would get so mad, I'd go into a rage and I would hit her. But then I'd feel really bad because deep down I'm a pretty empathic, sensitive guy. And I didn't like that. And it scared me. I actually thought, I'm like, I'm never going to get in a relationship and I'm never going to have kids because I don't trust this guy. So I had to go to work on learning myself and how I worked and how do I create my results, and you know, why does this other person take over, and I don't like that guy. I don't want that guy around. How do I get control of that guy? And so my father asked me that, what is it that you want to, you know, pick something and be the best at it. The first thing that popped in my head is I need to figure out life. How do we create our results in life? And that was the drive. It's been the drive now for ever since, for like over 30 years. So so I studied science, physics, biology, quantum physics, and ancient cultures and indigenous cultures. And there's so much to learn. You never stop learning. There's so much to it. But I've gotten to a place now where I'm now opening up to those extra layers of consciousness, which the whole planet is actually shifting and changing to, because our electromagnetic energy of the earth is changing. And that's what a lot of this awakening is. And there's so many people that are struggling with different emotions and feelings, and because they're growing and they don't even fully understand what's going on. So that's another big thing that I'm doing, is I'm trying to learn and transcend this consciousness expansion, so I can help other people through it as well. Because if you don't allow this to become conscious, it stays unconscious. And the unconscious, it's like if you have an old trauma, and if you don't become conscious of what that trauma is, it'll create a pattern. It'll happen over and over again in your life. And you keep wondering, like, why is this happening? And you'll read books, and you'll go to workshops, and you'll go to seminars, and you'll do all these things. And that is all unconscious learning, which is good, because all of that needs to happen. But eventually you'll be able to assimilate that within your own experience to figure out your why. And then that's when you transcend and becomes conscious. And then you can make a choice from there and go, okay, everything that, no matter how much pain I went through, now I get it. Now I understand why I had to experience that. Now I can make a choice to help move myself forward in that area of my life. And so that's, you know, I mean, I can go into a lot of details of experiences I've had and work I've done with so many people, but that's really sums it up in a little bit.
Does it ever?
That's amazing.
Can you tell us what has been your best experience working in this industry for yourself?
Wow. Oh, there's so many. I still to this day help some people that are struggling with addictions and things like that. But I've pulled back the last probably year, or like 8 months to a year, because I've been doing my own healing, my own learning, and my own growth, which has been happening very, very quickly. But for a long time, I've helped, right down in there, helping people with addictions and things like that. And that's some of the greatest things, because I have some wonderful friends and people that I've worked with that are wonderful successes now. You see them now, and they've made financial fortunes. They're super healthy. You'd never know that they were literally homeless, meth addicts on the streets at one point in time. So some of those journeys, helping people through those journeys, has definitely been the most rewarding. I mean, I remember there was one lady that came to see me because she was struggling from past trauma abuse that she suffered. Her and her sister both suffered, and one went down the path of creating eating disorders, and the other one went on the path of getting into drugs. Both to try to suppress the emotion of dealing with the past trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And so the one sister came to see me with the eating disorders, and I helped her change her life so profoundly that she pretty much got her sister fight kicking and screaming into one of my workshops. But she committed to it, and she stayed in the workshop, and but she was like detoxing at the same time. So you're going through all these emotions and all this detoxing. So she was constantly having to go and throw up and go through this transition. But it was so amazing, because it was not even a year later, while she was still living in a tent, but she put herself through school, became a care aide, graduated with honors. And so the picture she sent me, I'm going to get emotional here. The picture she sent me with her mom, with her graduation certificate. Oh,
I love it.
yeah,
Oh,
that's why I do what I do.
Yeah.
The greatest gift we can do is leave this world a better place, and you're definitely doing that. Thank you for everything you do. That's incredible.
That's amazing. And I just love it. It's those heart-wrenching, happy moments that, and I think most people who are in a profession to help others, even if you make a difference in one person's life, that is a gift in itself. But you get the pleasure and happiness of doing it over and over for those around you, which is inspiring.
Day in and day out. Thank you, Troy, for everything you do. Just quickly, you guys, I have to pay
Pay the piper.
Pay the piper. Yeah, you guys are listening to Sunshine Ignited from YYC with Joe and Nicole. Today's guest is Troy Mitchell. We are here every Thursday at 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, and 3 o'clock Eastern on Stables Media.
Yep, and you can listen to the show at 347-205-9631 or online at blogtalkradio.com/Mancini Sports. And it wouldn't be a day if we didn't have the cat jump up.
Sorry about that. I guess you wanted to say hi, Troy.
Cats are very empathic. You'll notice that, if you're ever feeling ill or sick or whatever, they'll actually come and they'll actually sit and lay on any one of your chakra points that needs to be healed. So you'll notice that will happen. So cats are very empathic. They'll come in. Almost every single time I've had cats around and I start doing a session, they're there instantly, all over me.
Oh wow, that's interesting, because I always thought it was dogs more so than cats.
Dogs are too, but cats are. Yeah, cats are for sure. Yeah.
It's true. Claudia just wanted to come up and give me a hug.
Yeah.
You felt my love for your story. So that is amazing. So Troy, you do a lot of stuff, a lot of helping and I think keynote speaking and private sessions. So something that we love to ask our guests is, what are your goals and dreams? And especially October, we're talking about dreams and living a life with heart.
Yeah, well, we're moving into Libra era. We're actually still in Virgo. A lot of people don't know that, but there's still 2 days left of the Virgo energy if you actually go by the proper calendar. We're actually still in Virgo, which is analyzing your life, right? So 2020, it's really about analyzing your life, looking at it, good, bad, or indifferent, just being really aware of your life. And Libra is wonderful because it's the creative now. So in 2 days, you're going to get anything that you're doing, draw it, paint it, all that kind of stuff, be creative. So my goals, I'm looking at going back online. I've gone into a reclusive stage to learn and grow and heal, and so now my energy is shifting back out to help people again. So I'm going to be relaunching online workshops and all that kind of stuff to start working with people again. I love it. I've had a lot of business corporate opportunities because I do have a strong business background again. I've worked with Fortune 500 companies and massive large companies, learning everything because I'm a corporate trainer. So I have to go in and figure out whole companies. I can do a full needs analysis on a company, a gap analysis, help people transition to be more productive and all that kind of stuff. So I do a lot of that stuff too, which is fun because I get to add in all of my personal development stuff to really help people become happier, and happy people are productive people. So, and then I also started with a network marketing company just because of the healthy products. And so just to have it experience in my own life to be able to take some of the different healthy products and make sure I'm getting the proper trace minerals, nutrients, amino acids, because all of our organs have a specific function that also relates to all of the different energies within our system. And they are used to transfer all those different minerals, nutrients, amino acids to our glands, which transition energy into creating our outcomes. So if we're not giving our body what it needs, it won't produce the healthy thoughts and emotions that we need, which will hold us back in life. So I'm kind of tying in the physical, emotional, and mental worlds all into one, and then going to launch that all out here shortly. So I'm kind of excited about that. That's my next big goal, is to finally, I think, first time in my life, to really encompass all of those things, and also have a financial aspect to it to help people financially, which I've never done before. I've never been any type of financial coach or anything like that, but that's a big part of life, especially right now. The economy's shifted and changed. There's a lot of people that are looking for ways to create their own economy, and so if I can help people do that too, then that's just an extra bonus. So
for sure. Is it ever? Everything is so changing right now in so many people's lives. I even heard, Disneyland laid off so many employees. We're looking at, it's hitting every area. It's not just one. People's lives are being turned upside down. So I commend what you do, because we need people like you right now that are going to help us and mentor us. And
even businesses, which it's not just about the business. It's such a greater picture about everybody's actual, you're right, the personal part of it that then trickles down to everybody else.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's, and this world getting smaller, right? With all of, these types of opportunities, and you guys sharing, things like this are starting to bring everybody together. And that's what we need. We need to unify, but we need to unify within ourselves first. We need to make sure that we understand our unconscious and our conscious and our subconscious, and, all these different aspects of ourselves, and the physical, the mental, and emotional. And because we need to unify within. As we unify within, we will unify together, right? So we need to work from this I am to a we are, and we're in that process anyway, even though there's so much chaos going on. But we need to understand that, again, the chaos sort of needs to be there in order for us to wake up, in a sense of going, okay, wait a minute, there's got to be a better way. I mean, it really has to be a better way.
Yeah, for sure. You had said something earlier that sort of hit a point. I have a friend, one of our former guests, who talks about life. And I think maybe it falls within your subconscious, trying to, be heard. And, life sort of whispers, and then life talks, and then life screams. And then my favorite statement of my friend is, and then life drops a bomb, which is, typically how I live my life, because I'm not a very good listener, but I'm doing something new in my next decade. So what are your thoughts on that, for words of wisdom for people who are maybe struggling or unsure of their path?
Heal first. A lot of that stuff is stuck in the subconscious because we're afraid to look at it. And there's a lot of people think we all go through trauma. There's varying degrees of it. But, and that's why I've taken this past 8 months to a year to heal my, deep-seated trauma. I've helped out so many other people through their trauma. I never really looked at my own, right? Even again, my throat's getting caught up again, even just talking about it, because it's a hard thing to accept and delve into and heal. But once you do, the freedom, the power, the wisdom that you have within yourself, and then you open up. And I mean, again, we have this biomagnetic energy field, and in the deep down, there is love. And a lot of people think that they are suppressing their pain. They're not. they're suppressing the love. They're allowing the pain to layer over top of the love. And so we need to peel back those layers and allow the love to flow through, because until we do that, we'll keep trying to search outward for our love. It doesn't come from outside. It comes from inside. It's a part of us. It's actually the ether that we breathe in. It becomes a part of us, and we need to allow that flow of energy to be generated within again, because, you know, ether, the word, an extension of that is eternal, right? Eternal is a part of the word ether, and that's why you hear things like love is eternal. Love is what, as at the base, the core of everything that is created from is ether, but that is the love. Love is what creates everything. So once we learn how to flow from within with that, right, our lives become quite amazing. But it's about, we have to heal. We can't just pretend. We can't go from pain to enlightenment with this massive leap unless there's some kind of divine intervention. You know, we have to go through the layers of consciousness, which a part of that is the healing process. So it's really important to know that. Yeah. So when you hear things like love is in the air, it actually is. It's in the air. It's in the ether. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you believe we have to love ourselves before we can truly love another?
You have to realize that you are love. You are love. You actually are. You have, how are you even alive and kicking and functioning right now if you do not have some sort of energy power within you, right? Like when your car runs, eventually it'll stop because the battery will die, right? You inside you have a life force of energy, right? You take in food, but inside you have an energy source that turns that food, generates, you know, the organs and the whole digestive system to transfer the energy into your glands, to transmute out into creating your experience. All of this is driven by something. And once you learn what that something is, you'll find your true self, and you'll realize that you are love. You are a light of love. And that is that whole I am process that you'll be able to just exude out. You don't have to go searching for it. And every time you try to go searching for it, you'll actually find yourself lost, because you are love.
Wow. That's beautiful.
I love that. I love it. You are love. It's going to stick with, that's going to stick with me for life.
It will stick with me as well. So it's absolutely beautiful. I've never looked at it that way. It's a totally different way of looking at everything when you think of that. Because then everything you're giving, everything you're doing, all encompasses love.
And love really is eternal. I think of, you know, my mom, who was a huge role model, who no longer is here, but I knew her love, and that stays with me every single day. Or my grandma, or my actually great grandparents. So love is eternal. So wow,
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about.
Make me cry.
I know.
No crying
I'm
today.
changing it before we start tears. Over here too.
It's okay. Emotions are welcome. I already cried. We always all cry.
That's good. I love it. I feel like October is going to be the month, which is why we're so excited for this show in October, and really, you know, going into this thought of living life in your dreams with heart. So
October is hugely powerful. It is a transformative month where the veils between different energies is thinner, and women, like, I love that you're doing this show. I mean, women, they are the powerful ones. They are, women are really the essence of love. Women are the matrix, right? So matriarch, part of the word matriarch is matrix. So women are the matrix, the network of all things. And the word pattern is from patriarchy, from the male. So men's energy can create patterns to flow through the matrix, but it's really feminine energy that is the matrix. So yeah, there's lots I can talk about with that stuff too. But yeah, so women's energy is so important. Well, that's where you guys are. The life comes through you. How powerful is that? So October is very powerful, but it's really powerful because, right? And that's why the whole like witches thing is such a big thing around October and Halloween and things like that, right? But it's a really good thing. And the problem was that one time is a lot of people were scared of that, the energy of the unknown, right? the occult energies and stuff like that, which are actually just real true. And I love that science is actually proving that these things are real and have been real. And we need to honor and respect women so much more, because they're truly a gift, and where life and energy comes from. So
very true. Now, we just got a comment about the full moon. Do you believe energies and full moons do change?
Oh, of course, absolutely. We're made of 72% water, right? We're made of 72% water, and even within that, there's 3 different forms of water, which also link to our conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. So there's solid, liquid, and gas, and these are all factual things. So the gaseous part of your energy is like more of your higher self. So the liquid is your emotional energy, and the solid is your physical energy. And so when waters rise, so does your energy. And so when you learn how to align yourself, so yogis, as an example, they have full moon parties. So there's lots of full moon parties, because they know they need to keep their spine erect, because all of the energy from the earth wants to extend and flow upwards. That's why the waters rise. The energy is pushing out into the cosmos, into the universe. And if you're laying flat at that time, you're actually causing a dissonance within yourself. So you need to be vertical. You need to be upright. So the whole idea of a full moon party isn't to just party all night because the moon's bright and it gives us an opportunity to party all night. It's because energetically you need to keep yourself as erect and upright as possible during that time, so that you allow the energy of the earth to flow upwards into the cosmos, as well as within yourself. So absolutely, the moon has, and the moon is very much tied to feminine as well, of course, right? So that's why, if a guy falls in love with you, he says that you're his moon, right? It's a big thing. So.
Aww.
That just gave me, that total feeling.
I love that you have a tangible explanation. I've coached and taught for 25 years, and we'll be in the middle of 60 kids in gymnastics, and I'll be like, wait a second, is it a full moon? And I go check the calendar, and oh yes, because they are full of energy and spirit. And parents are like, oh, my kid. And I was like, you know what? It's a full moon. It's good. They're just expressing what they need to do. But now I have an actual tangible verbal explanation. I'm very excited for this. I feel smarter.
Yeah, so do I. So it's a full moon tonight.
It's a full moon. Yeah, it's a harvest moon, and so it's really important to allow yourself to stay up and be conscious throughout the entire night. But it's also a good time to be really aware of a lot of the energies within your system and in your body and all that kind of stuff too, because we're not just one single being. We are a universe made up of trillions of cells, and within us we can potentially have parasites, and they become also more active. Kind of like, in the Caribbean, like during the full moon, like the luminescence of those the water, they're like, they're very active.
I know what you're talking.
And a few days afterwards. So you have to be aware of that in your own body too, because I've had people be like, oh my God, I get so agitated and so whatever during the full moon. And I'm like, okay, well, you probably need, and this is again, which goes to I've never really believed in doing network marketing stuff, but I found a company that has the most amazing products. So they're wonderful. And I've been using them now for a while and checking my own, like gauging it with my own energy. And it's wonderful. So if people help detoxify and increase the good stuff within their system, they can get rid of some parasites. So they actually find themselves get a lot healthier, because during a full moon, the parasites in your system can also become more active, which can cause you issues. So it's good to detoxify, cleanse, get all that stuff out that's bad, and put good stuff in. And then, anyway. So I'm actually going into network marketing stuff for the first time ever. Yeah.
So why don't you tell us more about this company that you've joined with? I think it's important to let people know.
Okay, well, the company is called RX. I'm really just learning more about the business side of things, because the funny thing is I've spoken at so many network marketing conferences, and I've coached so many teams and people. I've helped build a lot of millionaires, but I've never bothered to sign up and run a business through a network marketing company of my own, because I always had my own business I kind of wanted to keep separate. But this is the first one that I've actually gotten to know these people over many, 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 many years. And I've helped them make so much money that they've turned around and said, hey, look, we want to help you as well. You need to be able to, to really benefit from these things as well. And I said, okay, well, I'll take it seriously. I'll take your products. I'll try it out. And after a very short period of time and doing my own research, like one of the products is called MOA, and it's got 6 different mushroom blends in it, which I've been studying mushrooms for a while now in mycology, because I mean, that's how you talk about neural pathways. Well, mycology, like mycelium underneath the ground, is what helps transfer nutrients from one tree to another. I mean, it's fungus, it's underneath the surface of the ground. And but that works the same in your brain. If you can take a lot of mushrooms, it helps you gain more clarity, it helps your neural pathways. If you have any that are like receding, it helps them grow back, and it can help your nodes increase the productive information flow throughout. So I've been on these products for a while. Yeah, just so much more clarity of thought and things like that. So, which is huge, right? So, yeah. So it's called ARIX. It's ARIIX. If everybody does want some more information, they can get a hold of me. The best thing is I have a whole team of people that I've been coaching for years that I teamed up with. They actually been pushing me to join them, but I've seen their successes and I've seen their stories, and I've sat back going, wow, this is actually pretty cool stuff. So there's all kinds of benefits to it. They have a wide range of projects, but also the owners of the company, they were in another network marketing company before that they got kind of screwed over because of. So they vowed to make sure that they're going to help people build the lifestyle that they want, and so that nobody can get screwed over. So they're already millionaires. They don't need to really do this. And they're obviously making money off of it. It's a business. They're profiting, but they're doing it in such a way that they're giving back more money to the distributors than any other organization that I've been talking to so far, which I've coached numerous. I've spoken, and if you name a network marketing company, there's a good chance I've spoken at one of their conferences and probably even coached some of their teams. So I've been around the business for a long time. I've just never bothered to push one.
That is amazing. So Troy, if people want to find you or look, where do we find you?
Oh, it's hard to find me right now, to be honest with you, because my website's being redone and revamped. But they can find me on Facebook or LinkedIn. Troy Mitchell is the best thing. You can Google me and find me, I'm sure. Reach out to you guys. You guys, feel free, if people reach out to you, to forward my information. You guys have my Facebook, and I can give you my phone number as well, things like that. My email is troywisdom@gmail.com. It's wisdom with a Z, so TROYWIZDOM@gmail.com. That's the one I'm using most typically right now. But I will have a new website up fairly soon. Just working on like I said, I'm just relaunching everything, because I'm taking all of these different factors and putting them all together, really for the first time, to help people on every way. I used to be just the mental, emotional guy, right? But now I've added in these products and stuff, so I can help people on the physical side of things. There's also a business aspect to it, and I have a strong business background. I've been coaching salespeople and sales professionals for years, and business managers for years, and so I might as well just take all of that knowledge and experience and help people really create their own economy. And now is the perfect time to do that, because it's so uncertain out there. But a company like this is quite certain. It's easy, and you can you get the products yourself, so you get healthier, you get more focused. I give people the coaching to help them on all of those different paths. All this knowledge I've been telling you guys a little bit about, I go into great detail to help people move forward, help people identify all the different aspects. And I'm also linked to a ton of other healers of stuff that I don't know and don't understand. I work with people that can actually see your layers of being, all of your etherical layers. They can see that. That's how high of a level they are in consciousness. And I don't have that gift quite yet. I'm a student in learning. But I'm more than happy to give people their names if they want to reach out to them and work with them, because some of them are healers. Like, they heal trauma on a very deep core level, which is fascinating, which I don't do. I'm really the guy that I can help you identify some of your trauma and help you take power back to overcome and go through it. But when you have shadows that are there that you're unaware of, I mean, that's what shadow work is, right? I mean, you're not even sure what's there. So these people will actually help bring those things forward, which I can do if I do deep hypnosis, but I'd rather give you the tools to help you help yourself, right?
The empowerment. I love that. I love how you talk about empowerment and giving everyone the ability to do it themselves. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming on our show today. We will definitely make sure we put some links at the bottom of this show for where people can reach you. And we'd love to have you on again and talk in more detail on a couple of the subjects.
Love that.
Anytime. It's been my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on. And anytime, you want to talk further deeply about any of these subjects, let me know. I'm in for sure.
Perfect. Thanks, Troy. You have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, you too. Take care.
Bye.
Wow, what an amazing person.
Yes, that was powerful. I want to thank Troy so much for coming on. So we found him because he had answered a question on one of my Facebook posts, and his knowledge and his ability to get people to open up is incredible. So
love that. So thank you, Troy. You are listening to Sunshine Excited and Ignited from YYC with Joe and Nicole. We're down to our last 4 minutes. It's so fast. Wow. What a month. I am excited. We're October 1st. We get 31 wonderful, amazing days for October to explore our new living our dreams with heart. Yeah. So what a great introduction with Troy to really, he touched on everything that is very neat to me. I can't wait to get on some of his live stuff.
You are love.
You are love.
Honestly, that I'm going to take that away for the rest of my life. Just like you said, you are love. It's so powerful when you think of that.
Absolutely. So we talk about every month our movies and books of the month. So what I thought for this month, as opposed to a specific movie or book, I want people to find something based on true stories or events. I watched an amazing movie called Hidden Figures. It really talks about working through the system as opposed to against the system and doing what is right with adversity and amazing stuff. So we're going to ask our listeners what they, like to watch or read.
And I love that you're adding read because for me, I don't watch other than sports. So thank you for adding that.
Or digital audio books, all of that. So that is amazing. Joe, you have your show on.
We do. SoCal is on today. It is at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. That's 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I don't know why these times are getting flipped in my head today when I talk about it. Mike Gallo will be on. So a little bit of baseball insight today. We're in the playoffs, so this should be interesting to talk to him.
Very excited for that. And then we have Freedom to Rock tomorrow. We have, who knows, a special guest or not, we're not sure. I'm back on the show tomorrow. I had a week off last week, so we're with the Fab Five: Tony Russo, Vinny G, Mark Mancini, Joe, and myself.
Yeah, and all I know is Mark's going to be very happy to have Nicole back, because that's all we heard last week. Damn, I wish Nicole was here. So we will be back tomorrow night. That will be awesome. Now, Nicole, you have this quote.
I do have a quote.
Actually, a quote of Troy's. And I absolutely love this. So thank you, Troy, again, for letting us use your quote today.
Absolutely. So our quote is, where did I put it? It disappeared briefly. Bear with me. I'm sorry. Here we go. And we always ask, because it is longer than 3 sentences. So we want to be respectful of our, whatever it is called. What is it? Proper copyright?
Copyright
for our people.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Here we go.
We have it here.
So here it is. So it says, who am I? I can ask anyone any question in the world except this one. The only answer I can ever know as truth is the one I find within myself. I was lost once, listening to what others said that I am or should be, as if being myself was not enough. But I am aware now. I am awake. I know who I am, or at least who I am becoming. I am love. I am the light. I am the way. I am my true self. Hopefully I did it justice. Thank you, Troy. We love that. I just saw that and I thought that was amazing.
And I love the points: aware, awake, and love.
I am love. We are, you are love. I love this. So that's amazing. So where can we find you, Joe?
You guys can find me super easy, the Joe Madden, on all social media platforms. Nicole?
Facebook, Instagram, Nicole Pierce. You can find us at Sunshine Ignited from YYC. We have Facebook and Instagram.
And YouTube now.
Don't forget to, what do they have to do? Subscribe? Subscribe, I believe is what I'm told. You can listen to our show every Thursday, 347-205-9631. 2021 or on blogtalkradio.com/Mancini Sports. If you didn't get a chance today to listen to it or your friends didn't, share it. They can listen to it at any point in time.
And quickly, special episode on Monday. We will be posting about that. Flurry will be
very excited,
Super
live
excited.
in person. So until next week,
Stay ignited and be the sunshine. Thank
thanks
you guys.
everyone. Have a great weekend.
Bye.